What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at this $3,000 stock trading station of mine. So the first thing you're probably going to notice is this wall of monitors behind me. So right now I'm rocking three 25-inch HP monitors and one 27-inch HP monitor. All the monitors behind me are all 1080p resolution. So if you guys are going to go about building a trading station, I do recommend that when you purchase monitors, at least make sure they're 1080p, because that makes the chart and the candlesticks on your stock charts really crisp and nice. So it just looks better, and that's simply all there is to it. I'm basically telling you to spend more money because it just looks better. That's basically it. Now, the monitors I do have cost about $109 a piece, so if you did go the route of buying a similar monitor or setup to me, you're probably looking at spending about $450 just on your monitors alone. Note, if you're buying monitors for a trading station, do make sure that the monitors you're buying are compatible with universal monitor mounts. Now, the number one mistake that I made when purchasing these monitors is I didn't actually check to make sure whether or not that they had the universal monitor mount to them. So basically, I bought monitors that aren't even compatible with monitor mounts. So now I am pretty much limited to the way that I can design my trading station. The way it's set up right now is all the monitors are just sitting on top of the desk next to each other. And that's all I can do, because the backs of my monitors were not designed to hook up to a monitor mount. So now I cannot stack monitors on top of each other like you see in some of these pictures that I'm showing you right now. See, all these monitor setups, they're all stacked on top of each other. They look really cool, and you can do a lot with them. But the monitors I bought, these HP monitors, they're not compatible with monitor mounts, unfortunately. So the way they look right now is pretty much as good as it's ever gonna get. Now, the next really big piece to my trading station, believe it or not, is gonna be my Yeti microphone and my Yeti boomstick. So not only do I trade stocks every day, but I run a live stock broadcasting room where we're broadcasting the stock market to traders all around the world. And while I'm speaking, I need to make sure that I have crisp and clear sound that's being broadcasted around the world to these traders. And the one way I can achieve that is by making sure I have a relatively decent microphone, one of which being the Yeti microphone. Now, the Yeti boomstick that I have is really just there to make my life a little bit easier. So if you look behind me, you're gonna see that this Yeti microphone swivels and it hangs over top of my computer monitors. You don't have to get the Yeti boomstick, the arm that hangs the mic kind of in the air, because the Yeti mic comes with a stand already. But when you use the stand that it comes with, it just sits on top of your desk. And if it sits on top of your desk, it can get in the way of you seeing your monitor. So it kind of impairs my vision to see my monitor. And if it's covering up one of the stock charts that I'm looking at, again, that can cause a problem. So it's really nice to have a good microphone, and then also a Yeti boomstick if you're doing any sort of streaming or broadcasting. That way, you know, people are hearing you and it's not getting in the way of your computer monitors or what you need to see that's on your charts. So the Yeti microphone alone costs about $110, but you can get a bundle pack on Amazon of the Yeti microphone and the boomstick for about $173. So the next small detail we'll talk about regarding my trading station is the speakers. What you see on my desk are two Creative brand speakers that costed about $40, and would you believe it or not, they play music, they play sound. I can hear things that come out of them, and that's simply all they're there for, is just to listen to music. But I thought I'd toss them in the video because why not? Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is simply just the keyboard, the mouse pad, which is just that, a keyboard, mouse, and a mouse pad. You need that shit in order to work on your computer, so there you go. That's all we have for you on that. What you probably noticed behind me, though, is all this black foam on the wall. So what we have on the wall is sound deadening acoustic foam. It's the type of foam that you would see in a recording studio. Basically, I'm talking, I'm singing, I'm yelling at the computer because I lost $1,000. What that foam does on the wall is it absorbs the sound, so the sound is not hitting the wall and echoing back into the microphone. Because remember, I'm broadcasting, so there's constantly talking into the microphone. And if I'm talking this direction and that sound hits the wall, it will then echo off the wall and it will come back into the mic. So you might run into the scenario where you're getting kind of this double voice lag going through the mic when you're broadcasting, and we don't want that. Again, we want crisp, clear sound, so we have this acoustic sound deadening foam behind me to help absorb that sound as I'm talking. Now, the acoustic sound deadening foam is not cheap, and again, you don't need this for a trading station. I'm simply putting it in this video because I'm detailing that not only do I trade and have a trading station, but I'm broadcasting and streaming throughout the day, and some of these items are definitely a benefit to have when you're trading and when you're having a streaming station. So the acoustic sound deadening foam is not cheap, and it's 2-inch. So what I can say is I spent about $700 on the acoustic sound deadening foam, and what's on the wall behind me is probably worth about $150 to $200. All right, guys, so the next thing we're talking about is actually the desk behind me. So this is actually a 6-foot acacia butcher block countertop that I actually sanded down and polyurethane myself with one of my buddies. And then we also added steel black piping as the legs. So pretty much we bought a raw, unfinished countertop, sanded it down, urethaned it so it's nice and shiny and polished. And then we went to Home Depot and we bought black steel piping and built legs for the table to sit on. And then we dragged this heavy ass shit up to my office and set up this table. So nonetheless, everything that I just told you is this is pretty much just a regular table. And you can either spend $400 on it, $500 on it like I did and be an idiot and drag this heavy sucker up into your office, or you could just go buy a pop-up table and be just fine. So whatever you want to do there. Completely up to you. So last but not least, the moment you guys have all been waiting for is the computer. The computer that I have is about $1,600. It's an MSI Codex gaming computer. At the time I purchased it, it was about $1,600. Right now, you can probably purchase the same computer for about $1,400 to $1,300, $1,300 to $1,400. Now, do you have to go out and purchase a gaming computer like I did just for trading? Absolutely not. Remember that as the trader I am, doing broadcasting, streaming, trading, programs, web browser, Facebook, Twitter, all that, I have a lot going on my computer on a day-to-day basis, so I needed to make sure that I purchased a computer that was going to be able to handle the workload. So nonetheless, I'm just telling you that there's a bunch of shit going on a day-to-day basis on this computer, so it needs to have some power that's able to handle the workload. And if you're just a beginner trader or somebody just starting out and you're probably just running a chat room or maybe some stock charts, you'll probably be just fine with maybe just a basic computer. Now, I'm not some super techie guy that knows a bunch about computers, but what I do know is if you're going to be running a ton of shit on your computer, then yeah, you're probably going to want to spend a little bit decent money and get yourself something pretty nice. So I'm going to leave links in the description to all of these products. None of them are going to be affiliate links. I'm simply just posting them in the description so that way, if you want to learn more about them, you can. If you want to purchase them, you can. But again, none of them are going to be affiliate links, but I'm just putting them down there so that if you guys want to have something similar or learn more about the station that I have, the specs on the computer, the specs on the monitors, it'll all be linked in the description for you. So again, to wrap things up, do you really need to have a super expensive trading computer to trade? No, not necessarily. But if you're going to be running tons of different programs and tons of different softwares, you'll probably come to find that your normal or basic computer that you currently have might be slowing down or might not be running as efficiently when you're running all those programs. And if that's the case, then yes, you might want to update your computer to something a little more expensive or a little bit stronger that can handle that workload. But if you're just going to be using maybe one monitor and just trading a little bit here and there, then you're not really going to need to get all this crazy setup going on. You'll be just fine with just a computer monitor and a simple laptop or computer, and that right there will probably be plenty sufficient enough for what it is that you're planning on doing. So I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope you learned something new. And as always, make sure to hit the thumbs up button because that helps spread our video out and reach more viewers on YouTube. As always, comment below what you guys have in terms of questions or just anything that's on your mind. I would love to hear back from you. And as always, everybody, take care and have a great day.